Hey everyone, welcome. If you're new here, this is the place where we dive into the strange, quirky, and unexpected corners of life. Today's topic is something that might surprise you: unexpected animals that can make fantastic pets. When you think of a pet, you probably imagine a dog, a cat, or maybe even a parrot. But what about a hedgehog? Or a capybara? Stick with me today, because we're counting down the top 10 most unusual animals that can make incredible companions. And trust me, by the end of this episode, you might just find yourself Googling where to adopt a sugar glider. Let's get started. Let's kick things off with one of the cutest little creatures you've probably seen all over social media: the hedgehog. These little guys are covered in quills, but they're not as prickly as they look. Hedgehogs are becoming quite popular as pets, and it's not hard to see why. They're small, don't require a ton of space, and are relatively low maintenance compared to some other pets. Hedgehogs are nocturnal, which means they're most active at night. This makes them perfect for people who work during the day and want a little buddy to hang out with in the evening. They may be a bit shy at first, but once they get used to you, they can be affectionate and love to explore their surroundings. Taking care of a hedgehog is pretty simple. They need a habitat with plenty of space to roam, a wheel for exercise, and some cozy bedding to hide in during the day. As for food, they love a mix of cat food, insects like mealworms, and some fruits and vegetables as treats. Just a heads up, hedgehogs might not be the best pet if you're looking for constant interaction, but they can still offer a lot of joy. Plus, watching them roll up into a tiny spiky ball, absolutely adorable. Fun fact break. Did you know that hedgehogs have between 5,000 and 7,000 quills? But don't worry, they don't shoot them like a porcupine. Hedgehogs use their quills mainly for protection, and they can raise them when they feel threatened. Next on the list, we're diving into the world of aquatic pets with the axolotl. If you've never heard of an axolotl before, imagine a small, friendly water creature that looks like a salamander. But here's the twist: they never fully grow up. Axolotls are often called walking fish, but they're actually amphibians. What makes them unique is that they stay in their juvenile aquatic form for their entire life, a process called neoteny. It's like having a permanent baby creature swimming around in your aquarium. Axolotls come in a variety of colors like albino, golden, black, and even pink. They're also relatively low maintenance once you set up their tank with the right water conditions. They prefer cooler water, around 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, so if you live in a warmer climate, you might need a water chiller for their tank. One of the most fascinating things about axolotls is their ability to regenerate limbs. If they lose a leg or even part of their spinal cord, they can grow it back. How cool is that? Plus, they're gentle creatures that don't need much interaction. But watching them swim around in their tank is like having your own little underwater pet dinosaur. Axolotls are ideal for anyone who's interested in unique aquatic pets. They're quiet, they don't need much attention, and they're fascinating to watch. Did you know that in the wild, axolotls are critically endangered due to habitat loss in their native home in Mexico? Thankfully, they're thriving in captivity and are a popular pet in many parts of the world. Moving on to something a little larger, let's talk about the pygmy goat. These small goats are incredibly playful, friendly, and believe it or not, make fantastic pets for those with a little outdoor space. Pygmy goats are about the size of a medium dog, but they have a whole lot of personality packed into that small body. They're social animals and love interacting with both humans and other animals. So if you already have pets, they might get along just fine with a goat. One thing to keep in mind is that pygmy goats need space to roam and graze. They're great for keeping your lawn trimmed since they love munching on grass, weeds, and plants. But be warned, they can be little escape artists. Pygmy goats are known for their ability to jump and climb, so you'll need a good fence to keep them safe. If you have kids, pygmy goats are an excellent choice as family pets because they're gentle and love to play. And the best part? They're super low maintenance. As long as they have shelter, food, and water, they're pretty happy. Pygmy goats can live up to 15 years, so this isn't a short-term commitment, but they'll bring years of joy and laughter to your home. Fun fact. Break. Did you know that pygmy goats were originally bred in Africa for their milk production? Now, they're mainly kept as pets and for companionship because of their friendly nature. Okay, bear with me for this next one. When you think of skunks, you probably think of that smell, right? Well, domesticated skunks have their scent glands removed, which means they're not going to spray you. And once that's out of the way, skunks actually make fantastic pets. They're smart, curious, and very playful, sort of like a cat and a dog combined. Skunks are social creatures and love to explore, so you'll need to make sure your home is skunk-proof, meaning no places where they can dig or get into things they shouldn't. They're also known to be affectionate once they bond with their owners, and they enjoy being handled and played with. When it comes to diet, skunks are omnivores. You can feed them a mix of fruits, vegetables, and high-protein foods like eggs or chicken. Just avoid giving them chocolate or anything with caffeine, as it can be toxic to them. Skunks also love to burrow, so giving them a soft place to snuggle up is a must. Skunks aren't for everyone, but for someone looking for a pet that's a little more unusual and full of personality, a skunk might just be the perfect fit. Fun fact. Break. Skunks have an excellent sense of smell, and in the wild, they use this to find insects, small animals, and plants to eat. They're also nocturnal, so they'll be most active at night. If you're into exotic pets but don't have a lot of space, the sugar glider might be your perfect match. These tiny, tree-dwelling marsupials are native to Australia, and they get their name from their love of sugary fruits and their ability to glide through the air using a membrane that stretches from their wrists to their ankles. How cool is that? They're like tiny flying squirrels, but way cuter. Sugar gliders are highly social animals and need lots of attention from their humans or other sugar gliders to be happy. They love climbing, jumping, and gliding from place to place, so you'll need to provide them with a large cage that has lots of vertical space. They're also nocturnal, which means they'll be more active in the evening and at night. Their diet consists of fruits, insects, and specialized sugar glider pellets. They need a good mix of protein and fruits to stay healthy, and you should always make sure they have fresh water available. One of the most adorable things about sugar gliders is that they love to snuggle up inside your shirt pocket or a pouch. They really enjoy being close to their humans, which makes them a very affectionate pet. Fun fact. Break. Sugar gliders are called sugar gliders because they have a special preference for sugary fruits like apples, grapes, and bananas. They also have sharp claws and opposable thumbs, which help them cling to. Next up, we have the Fenic Fox. If you've ever seen one of these adorable desert-dwelling creatures, you know they look like a mix between a dog, a cat, and something out of a fairy tale. With their giant ears and small body, they're incredibly striking. Fenic foxes are native to the deserts of North Africa and the Middle East, and they're known for their playful, energetic personalities. Despite being a wild animal, Fenic foxes can be domesticated with the right care and environment. They're not quite as affectionate as a dog or cat, but they are playful and enjoy interacting with their owners. They're also incredibly fast and love to dig, so if you decide to keep a Fenic fox, you'll need a secure area where they can run and burn off energy. Fenic foxes are nocturnal and have a lot of energy at night, so they're best suited for people who can keep up with their nighttime antics. They also need a high-protein diet, which includes meat, insects, and specialized food designed for foxes. Fenic foxes might be small, but they pack a lot of personality. Just be prepared to put in some time and effort into creating the right environment for them. Fun fact. Break. The Fenic fox's large ears aren't just for show. They actually help regulate their body temperature by dissipating heat in the desert. They also use those ears to hear prey moving underground. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Why on earth would anyone want a tarantula as a pet? But hear me out. Tarantulas are fascinating creatures, and while they might not be the most cuddly pets, they're incredibly low maintenance. If you're someone who enjoys observing animals rather than interacting with them constantly, a tarantula could be the perfect pet for you. Tarantulas don't need much space, just a small, secure enclosure with plenty of substrate for burrowing and some hiding spots. They feed on insects like crickets, and they don't need to eat very often, maybe just once or twice a week. Plus, watching a tarantula spin its web and go about its daily routine can be strangely hypnotic. Despite their reputation, tarantulas aren't dangerous to humans. Most species' venom is weaker than a bee sting, and they rarely bite unless they feel threatened. Tarantulas are a great option for people who want a pet that's easy to care for and doesn't require a lot of interaction. Plus, they can live for quite a while, Some species can live up to 20 years. Fun fact. Break. Tarantulas have tiny hairs on their body that they can flick off as a defense mechanism. These hairs can irritate predators' skin or eyes, giving the tarantula a chance to escape. Coming in at number 3 is the capybara, the world's largest rodent. These gentle giants are native to South America, and they're semi-aquatic, meaning they love spending time in the water. Capybaras are incredibly social animals, and in the wild they live in large groups. This means they do best in captivity when they have other capybaras or at least some animal companions. Capybaras are known for their calm, friendly nature. They're great with children, other pets, and even birds. If you have the space, a capybara can make a wonderful addition to your home. They'll need access to a pool or a pond to swim in, as well as plenty of room to graze. These herbivores eat grass, aquatic plants, and hay, so their diet is easy to manage. If you're thinking of adopting a capybara, just remember that they require a lot of care and space. They're not suited for apartment living, but if you have a big yard and a love for animals, they can be incredibly rewarding pets. One of the coolest things about capybaras is that they get along with almost any animal. There are tons of videos online of capybaras hanging out with ducks, dogs, and even cats. Fun fact. Break. In the wild, capybaras can stay submerged in water for up to 5 minutes to avoid predators. They're excellent swimmers, and their webbed feet help them move easily through water. Next up, we have the kinkajou, also known as the honey bear. These small, nocturnal creatures are native to the rainforests of Central and South America, and they're closely related to raccoons. Kinkajous are incredibly agile, using their prehensile tails to hang from branches as they forage for food. In the wild, they primarily eat fruit and nectar, but in captivity, they'll need a balanced diet of fruits, vegetables, and protein. Kinkajous are known for their playful and curious nature. They're affectionate with their owners but can be shy around strangers, so they do best in a calm, quiet environment. They're also nocturnal, so if you're an early riser, a kinkajou might not be the best fit for your lifestyle. If you're considering getting a kinkajou, make sure you're ready for a long-term commitment. They can live up to 25 years in captivity. They'll also need a lot of vertical space to climb and explore, as well as plenty of mental stimulation to keep them happy. Kinkajous might not be as common as dogs or cats, but they can make incredibly rewarding pets for the right person. Just be prepared to invest in their care and give them the space they need. Fun fact. Break. Kinkajous have a long tongue, up to 5 inches long, that they use to lick nectar from flowers. This makes them important pollinators in the wild. And finally, coming in at number 1 on our list is the miniature donkey. These small, affectionate animals are known for their calm and gentle nature, which makes them perfect pets for families. Miniature donkeys are incredibly social and love attention from their humans, but they also need the company of other donkeys or farm animals to stay happy. If you're thinking about getting a miniature donkey, it's a good idea to get at least 2, so they have a companion. Miniature donkeys need a good amount of outdoor space to roam, as well as a sturdy shelter to protect them from the elements. They're herbivores, so they'll happily graze on grass, hay, and grains. With proper care, miniature donkeys can live for 25 to 30 years, making them a long-term commitment. These little guys are perfect for families with kids because they're so gentle and easy to handle. Plus, they make great companions for other farm animals, like goats or sheep. Fun fact. Break. Miniature donkeys were originally bred in the Mediterranean for work, but today, they're more commonly kept as pets and companion animals because of their friendly demeanor. Well, there you have it. Our top 10 unexpected animals that make great pets. From the tiny sugar glider to the gentle giant capybara, there's a perfect pet out there for everyone, even if it's a little out of the ordinary. Thanks for joining me today on Mind Nonsense. If you're thinking about adding one of these unique pets to your family, make sure to do your research and find the right fit for your lifestyle. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and don't be afraid to think outside the box when it comes to pets. See you next time.